specifically making sure that my microphone stand actually, well, can stand wherever I decide to put it. And also, there's a bit of trash on my desk. But as we see, 7 curse random item stats. I was going to say Azal, but then I remembered we're doing a custom god for at least a few more episodes, or at least 2 more characters. Yeah, and that's all I have to say. What was I on? I just forgot what I was on. I'm just going to say 7th curse. Or cult. We can do that as well. Random item stats, and yeah, let's get into it for timestamp's sake. So, as we get into Aaron, which is a custom old god that does not belong to the game at base. Colt, random item stats, custom character. We get another weapon at least. Otherwise, I could go for something else. Yeah, we have a ritual dagger. Let's go for something else. We get snake wine again. I don't think I've gotten the other item from that yet, and that's pretty much when I rotate the rewards, pretty much. Maybe like after 1 or 2 acquisitions, but light, dexterity, knowledge, strength, clickety-clack to the mouse, second encounter, and then maybe Takshisan, but we'll see, because, yeah, this is gonna... Aaron, I've already talked about Aaron to a larger extent, but if anything specific happens, I'll let you know. Otherwise, the only other thing we're looking for is the mystery combination or permutation, as we actually get Kana this time. Vigil, Teacher, Shibas, and Stories. So 1 boss, 2 boss, and we'll take Kana first. So that's the plan of action. Otherwise, on a normal run where you don't have to worry about your action speed or getting as many items or curses or whatnot. Ooh, we got a 5 damage ritual dagger. Yeah, this would normally be a very consistent run, but you never know, right? As we get slower brace actions immediately. So, while I could try and plan for that, because I don't know if my actions are going to get faster anyway, again, I'm just telling you what my strategy is going forward at least, because if nothing else, I can talk about that. But, yeah, we want to keep an eye out on how much damage we can do per attack still, is what I'm trying to say. We also have Snake Wine here, but until my stamina goes down, not really any point. We can equip that Kendo helmet, however, so let's do that really quickly. But otherwise, yeah, so, I mean, at base, if I didn't have to worry about too much RNG, if I'm not worried about it, I did not click, by the way, so that's just a crash. I'll show you really quickly. I wonder why that happened. It says Object New God, so that must be an effect of Aaron. So I guess we're going to find out. But otherwise, so let me just throw this on screen just in case. And I will show you... Oh, that's not the right one. This would be code error. That's too big. And let's try and fit this into the screen. Oh, my sweet goodness. Where are you? So yeah, this is all you really need to see. I should be throwing it on screen in a hot moment if OBS would get out of the way for a moment. But the reason why I don't think it's a custom event or a custom enemy is because it says Object New God. Even though I don't understand what exactly is happening in code, it says New God. I mean, it doesn't... unless I'm misunderstanding completely, had to make a cut there because OBS decided to go crazy. But otherwise, let's get into our next run, which will be, well, would have been Azal again, but again, we're working with a custom god, and let's see what happens. I assume what actually happened, if I were to give my thoughts, is that there is one specific effect of Aaron, one of the numbers out of 100, that is causing the game to crash. I don't know what it would be, so I'm not going to say what it is, because there's no way to know, but we'll try again. But if it is one number, theoretically speaking, I didn't mean to go for a weapon, but we'll stick with it. Maybe we toss it instead. Never mind. Chance to crit, but we'll see what happens. Actually, dexterity... No, yeah, it's not worth it for dexterity on this character. Even though it's a very fast weapon, still. We'll see what random item... If it's 4 damage and ritual dagger goes down to 3, then sure. Light, second mystery strength, Takshisan knowledge, maybe a dexterity check, but we're just going to end up taking probably 3 stamina damage if we don't get our strength up. We'll see. The sad part is I don't get Kana anymore. The good news is maybe we do it. Now, that would be really odd. So again, I'm trying to think of what could possibly break in between an update of... Oh, no, wait. Am I thinking correctly? No, anyway. Painting footage, nails, television, and nightclub. We'll take nightclub now. And we will... I'm going to open up funds, and then let's move on. So, oh, I forgot to equip a weapon. So, still 3 damage, 5 damage ritual dagger. It's hard to really argue otherwise. Now, that being said, still taking weapon with at least the custom event I'm using, if I were to think about strategy, grabbing 2 weapons or starting with 2 weapons still is not a bad idea on a random item stat run. The reason is because, as I may have implied before, also max stamina decreasing, perception increases. Go for strength. Well, we rolled a 1. Is that one item could roll high, basically, and one item can roll low. So having the choice between the two, even if one is a fast weapon and one is a strong weapon, is really important. And again, I'll say it again, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. It's not that like I completely dump on fast weapons. Nice, badly bleeding, by the way. But that fast weapons without the damage. Well, if you had a damage increase on weapons with low speed, basically, those weapons would become meta. I'm shrugging real life. That's the end of the sentence. And the reason for that is you get so much damage out of an extra damage increase. So, for example, we'll use a specific example here. You're using a 3 damage weapon, like, say, the Ice Pick, and it does 4 damage now. That means you can potentially get up to 20 damage on low power encounters. You get... We need to get rid of badly bleeding, by the way. On low power encounters, you get a good chance of doing 15 damage. Otherwise, you can just go for a guaranteed 10 damage because pretty much almost every encounter, aside from being on Aaron here and getting slow action speeds, you can always do prep attacks, and getting 10 damage, if you haven't already seen it, getting damage per turn guaranteed makes it run a lot nicer. So... while 8 damage is kind of that sweet spot, but you usually want an extra plus. And that can sound kind of odd, because you can be like, well, Jordan, you've always complained about 8 damage being okay, but not good enough at times. And then that'll say, yeah, you're right, but we have nails instead, not the other things, so we need to take nails now. But having 5 damage pretty much guaranteed, or 10 damage guaranteed per turn, or by extension, 5 damage on a fast weapon, allows you to pretty much steamroll at least 50% of the encounters in the game. Now, some of them are ghost encounters, but again, on average, you're not running into ghost, and 80% of the time, you're able to run from ghost anyway. So, again, I'm doing a shrug with my arm in hand in real life, but is that... I didn't get a choice there. Is that because I have a status effect? Anywho. No, I think that's... Anywho. What was I going to say? What was I talking about? Yeah, fast weapons. Fast weapons with a damage increase. I dunk on them a lot, but that's because 3 damage does mean a lot. But even if they can do 4 damage, that starts... you've seen me just switch to using fast weapons. In fact, case in point, 73 speed is still relatively quick. It actually is quick. 75 speed is kind of that near sweet spot, but... yeah, this is why damage increases are important. More so for encounters like the Obsessed Man, which deal double damage after they're getting slapped once. But yeah, it's still thing. Also, yes, I'm doing kind of like an old school warm up trick because I'm feeling cold at the moment for whatever reason. But got a cough. Speaking of ghost encounters, with 8 knowledge here, we can actually no, we do want to toss this. Hopefully, this does 1 damage. Okay, it does. This is a very specific threshold to hit because this encounter happened to have 21 HP. But otherwise, on a 4 damage encounter, you probably take that anyway, but I just wanted to save an extra turn. We do have a steak knife to throw. So we got a lot of quote-unquote cooking ingredients. I haven't actually been paying attention to the Aaron effects, but let's move on. So yeah, I haven't gotten a curse as well, which again is important. Wait, question mark? No. I was like, we're on a World of War backstory run. Why? Anywho. Also, where did this iron pipe come from? I'm going crazy. Anywho. That's well, my throat. That's another thing I can mention about Aaron. I also didn't visit the police station, but it probably shouldn't matter. Nah, it actually kind of matters. Yeah, the thing about Aaron is I'm gonna lose track of where my items come from, but yeah, fast weapons, or being fast with being able to do 5 damage is kind of the break point. 4 damage is already good enough, but yeah, as you can see here, it's pretty cool. At least I'll say it provides more of an effect. We're going to throw the steak knife. Probably even throw the iron pipe. Yeah, steak knife not doing enough damage. Iron pipe way too slow. And prep attack, prep strong. Again, the other the other reason why damage increases are important is that for fast weapons, there's a chance you can do prep attack, prep strong, and as you can see there, being able to do like at minimum 12 damage per turn is another breakpoint for a lot of enemies in World of Horrors. It turns out. I noticed that I saw something too late now, but as we get into television here, that also goes the opposite direction as well. Well. Is that all three of these? I'm going crazy. Well, anyway, we do have to get rid of that regardless, but regardless, I was mentioning something. Oh yeah, that works in the opposite direction. So for if enemies do an extra point of damage, it becomes more important to have better weapons on top of like just being a better character in general. Whether you have a lot of Doom decrease, yes, I'm mentioning Toshiaki here, or you have some way to get faster action speeds or more damage. E.g., Ayaka and Aiko, there's a reason why those characters are top 3. And then right along with them are characters that start with weapons, so on and so forth. I got a cough again. Yeah. That being said, I've been coughing a lot less, so again, at the tip of the tail end of a sore throat. And off we go. Research clues. That's just guaranteed 5 experience. I'll remember that, or try to remember that. Max stamina, max reason, and reason recovery. Who am I kidding? And off we go. Forgot to visit the police station. We'll do so now. Grab the handcuffs, but also grab the put patrols in the village. Probably should have put them somewhere else. I wasn't paying attention to threat level because I was talking about weapons the whole time. If there's a topic you want me to talk about at length, it'll definitely be weapons. We'll roll on charisma and move on with life because yeah, we could have just attacked this person. Oh, we need to pass 2 charisma checks. All right, well, we will take our out then. I thought I was taking a fight, but hey. So off we go. Really interesting thing to note here, and thankfully for the better, is that thankfully Aaron, or you probably could activate something off of a quote unquote investigations like this, but yeah, Aaron does not proc during an event. Shrug. Strength question mark? Well, we rolled a 10, so I don't think we can throw this, but yeah, it has to actually be a bottle of sludge that you can throw. Could throw champagne, but then we get hangover. Does that matter? No. No. So we're going to drink it, but then also launch this action sequence. That way we can probably throw the empty bottle and just get out. No, yeah, we have an empty bottle anyway, so I mean, it doesn't matter. I thought we got hangover. I'm going absolutely insane. But we'll do our 12 damage and get out. Like, I can't stress enough how much action speed and or damage provides to a run. And I know it said the opposite direction, but I also, by extension, I'm mentioning Kana here. Oh, that's right. We have, that's what I was forgetting. I was like, oh, I have an empty bottle. Oh, we lost path. But yeah, on the opposite direction, Kana is very, very nice for your run because getting a damage decrease is very helpful. On Harbinger specifically, again, I'll add that little disclaimer there. But even then, like, just having an easier difficulty means that the a World of Horror run is a lot less painful. Also, as a quick aside... Oh, I think, yeah, taking the right option would have decreased... Yeah, funny enough, not stopping the ritual there, if the right option decreased Doom, is more beneficial than actually stopping the ritual. But, yeah, just as an offhand comment, Dev, I would be juggling another game, but one, yes, I know I mentioned game dev before, but the other part of it is that I was focusing on another game. If you didn't see the videos that came out recently that are not World of Horror, yeah, that was the reason why. For Doom, we could probably just eat this for Doom in the face, right? Oh, we're a lot slower. But we deal up to 15 damage. If we hit 2 attacks, we're great. If we don't, we're just going to gamble again. Also, we have a mangled hand, by the way. And then we take 8 Doom because rolling badly. So, yeah. We do have a mangled hand there, which is not going to do well for us. In fact, nah, we're going to take strength skill. Still, who am I kidding? Probably should have just run at that point, but I thought my RNG is going to be a lot better, and this run can quickly, immediately go down the drain if I'm not careful here. So, we're going to take our outs. Doom decrease? Doom decrease. Now, again, Doom increases by 10. Roll the 1 there, but I will mention something I've mentioned before, which is... I forgot. I was stalling for time with those few seconds of sentences, but Anyway, moving on. Just making sure we don't have Bath, but we do need to get rid of this this mangled hand. Actually, I'm gonna take a curse for this because if I recall correctly, I have a old coin, and then I'm looking up at Blood Frenzy. I think it's fine. We're still gonna prepare. Then we're going to get rid of these effects. It's a lot, basically, to get rid of, but that's if you're unlucky. Was that max stamina? Okay, I thought it was strength for whatever reason. We're okay. That being said, we still have a lot we can do. In fact, I can just toss this because now it doesn't do anything for me. We have 2 pairs of handcuffs, by the way. And let's see. What do I want to throw is basically what I'm trying to say, but we can also use the painkillers or anything that we have. So painkillers, soft drink, don't do that in real life. Corpse dust. Energy drink, if I so choose. Never mind, I'm going crazy. We'll keep Blood Frenzy on us because we have so much stuff to throw. But we do want to take 1 pair of handcuffs with us, just in case. Now, we could have taken the thingy to increase our knowledge by 1 so we're a bit faster, but, I mean... So, we're actually going to throw the empty bottle as well. We can hit a break point, but we definitely need to hit this... Nope, I'm going crazy. Well, we brace regardless, but... we can still do a prep attack, and we should be able to... guarantee this encounter question mark? No. So let's do 4 attacks instead. I was about to say, if I missed 2 attacks there, I would have been quite sad. We get another... we get more library notes, but at this point... I shouldn't have sold it, by the way, but... what are the odds we get pickpocketed? Actually, I wanted to fight that guy, but it's fine. We have a max threat level forest, so... although we see a max threat level... well, we have a max threat level village, we do want to get it out of this forest ASAP. 8 knowledge, stats matter, and off we go. So yeah, unless the game crashes again, as the Funny Mask procs a reason recovery, yeah, this is a bit interesting. Actually, we got a lot of empty bottles, so you know what? Good things happened, but now whether or not we get more good things, we're actually gonna brace just to be somewhat consistent here. I think it should be a guaranteed... oh, we get bonus damage. It's definitely guaranteed out. But I didn't know that. Never mind. I'm going crazy. So we're just taking 4 reason in the face. Matt has failed my own brain. But we'll level up here. So, none of this is really helpful. We'll at least take extra experience as much as that matters. But we're actually going to take reason. Because we're not going to get our strength to 8. Barring a strength increase somewhere. But... Our knowledge also did drop, but maybe it's okay. Maybe we get a crowbar as well. We're actually gonna pop the holy candle. There are no other places to use the holy candle unless there's a custom event. Basically, the other way to say that is well, no, I don't care about spiritual actions. Nice 12 roll, but yeah, there are no base events that use the holy candle in the forest. Question mark? Am I going crazy? Well, anywho, there should be prep attack, prep strong. Yeah. Now, that is quite an encounter to run into, but I'll let you know. And one of the specific examples is if you run into Katak, and then you run into that encounter and you don't have enough damage for whatever reason. But, as we thankfully get out of forest quickly, we don't have Bath, and we should be able to just get through this, so... Now, keep in mind, Aaron can still proc here, but unless something really strange happens, we should survive. Offensive action slower, but we should still survive. So, yeah, without further ado, I should just close out this video. Nothing much else to say. If there is anything you want to say, you feel free to use the comment section, but otherwise, I mean, if you're watching on this platform, you know where to reach me on Discord as well. Otherwise, Takshi-san here is not going to have the greatest time. I'll say that right now. He gets a bottle thrown at him, a flashlight, a crowbar, and this should be an out? Yeah. Don't need to level up, just walk our ways away, and I won't take up much more of your time. So without further ado, unless we run into another crash, which would be funny, not really much else to talk about. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!